Right now on Eyewitness News at noon on this Wednesday afternoon, a man is accused of killing his ex-girlfriend at the King of Prussia gas station has been taken into custody, and a suspect on the loose as terrifying moments after a New York City subway train happened earlier yesterday morning, and a little stretch of warm weather underway in the Delaware Valley. Temperatures are gearing to hit the 80s for the first time this season. Today is April 13th. Welcome to CBS 3 at noon, now streaming live on CBS News Philly. Let's start with breaking news right now because this noon broadcast is now streaming on CBS News Philly. Police say 38-year-old Rafiq Thompson of Philadelphia turned himself in this morning. He was charged with shooting and he decided to kill his ex-girlfriend, Miss Tamara, while she was pumping gas at the King of Prussia Mall. And now to the latest on the subway shooting in New York City. Police are now calling 62-year-old Frank James a suspect. He has been previously known as a person of interest, but authorities are right now closely looking at his social media posts that he's seen accusing of being racist multiple times against New York City Mayor Eric Adams. Police also found a U-Haul that James rented in the Nicetown neighborhood. Let's take a listen to Commissioner Outlaw and see what she has to say.
Happens in near proximity or quite frankly anywhere in the country, not only is it on our radar, but we are examining internally things that needs to be beefed up here within the city. So yes, we have been in communication with SEPTA. Yes, we have been in communication with Amtrak to make sure that we're not only beefing up patrols, but also doing everything that we can to support the investigation of the need.
That was the voice that you heard for the commissioner. Please stay with Eyewitness News for the continuing coverage on the subway shooting in New York City. Your time right now is 12:02. Sources say the Biden administration will extend the public transit mask mandate for another 2 weeks as it continues to monitor a rise in COVID-19 cases. It was supposed to expire on Monday, but to be honest though, it will stay in place for planes, trains, and so much more. New this noon, new about the no on-site parking lots being available at PHL. Some of them will require registrations. Passengers who drive at the airport will not be able to park in the garages. Let's go straight to the forecast here on this Wednesday afternoon. A live look at Center City, Philadelphia, as temperatures are about to soar into the 80s, so dress for summer like a dress or whatever my sister is wearing. She's all decked out in a Phillies hat, which I'm currently wearing, and a t-shirt. Today's Phillies game will be on NBC Sports Philadelphia at 1:05 p.m., which you can only see if you don't have nothing to do. Look at my sister Larissa Abreu in her favorite player's t-shirt, Bryce Harper. My favorite Phillies player is Nick Castellanos. He wears number 8. Larissa, my sister, take it away with your first check on the weather at Citizens Bank Park, while I continue to broadcast from home.
To what's going on along the Jersey Shore, it's warmer, almost at 80. The kickoff time, the game starts here at 1:05 with first pitch happening at 1:05. Temperatures by then will be in the middle 70s. We'll see a healthy mix of sun and clouds. Just a beautiful afternoon for a great ball game. And if you're heading out later on this evening, here's what you can expect. Temperatures will be in the low 70s, closer to sunset here in Philly. So remaining very mild even once the sun comes down. Along the Jersey shores where it will be a little bit cooler due to that sea breeze. Temperatures will come down to around 57 degrees, closer to 737 tonight. And if you're up in the Poconos, that's where we could see a few showers and thunderstorms develop later
Have fun at the ball game today. Let's go Phillies. Thank you, Larissa. Appreciate it. Well, a storm system was caught on video as Eyewitness News was there in Palmer, Iowa, about 120 minutes from Des Moines. It was one of the 10 tornadoes being reported yesterday. One person has been confirmed dead and whatnot. There were no reports of anybody else's injuries. And 2 more tornadoes were being touched down in central Texas. It killed power lines, it killed trees, it killed everything. But here in Philadelphia, we don't have to worry about tornadoes. No sirree Bob. No sirree Bob. Now back here in our region, jury deliberations got underway in the federal bribery trial of Councilmember Kenyatta Johnson in Philadelphia. Federal prosecutors argued that 2 executives of the nonprofit organization entitled Universal Companies were trying to get support, but prosecutors say they hired the councilwoman's wife, Miss Dawn, has been a consultant for many years to come. But her lawyer says she was hired because of her expertise. Meanwhile, Johnson's lawyer says there was no bribe because he supported Universal Companies in the past, and if they're convicted, they could face many years in prison. Now a 21-year-old man is in stable condition after a local shootout happened in North Philadelphia at the corner of Front and Cambria Streets just before 1:30. He's now in stable condition. Even still, there were no arrests being made despite the fact that we still have over 600 homicides, according to the gun violence website I just looked up. And Philadelphia police investigate a triple shooting that happened in Logan on the 4300 block of Carlisle. Police say all 3 victims are in critical but stable condition. Investigators tell Eyewitness News that they were in the same area yesterday after getting a call at about a fight and whatnot. Now to the latest in the war in Ukraine. A lot of people are being concerned about what's going to happen next. We get the latest from one of our CBS News correspondents, and her name is Natalie Brandt. That's my auntie, by the way. Auntie Natalie, take it away, please.
New deployments of Russian troops and vehicles near the border as Russia prepares to launch a new offensive on eastern Ukraine.
We continue to see is Russia's reprioritization of the east and the south.
In the key southern port city of Mariupol, the U.S., Ukraine, and Western allies are investigating reports Russia used chemical weapons.
That includes tear gas mixed with chemical agents that would cause stronger symptoms as part of the effort to weaken and incapacitate entrenched Ukrainian fighters and even civilians as part of its campaign to take Mariupol.
The mayor of the devastated city says 100,000 people are still awaiting evacuation, with Russian forces surrounding it.
As the U.S. assists international partners in investigating war crimes, President Biden on Tuesday for the first time called Russian President Vladimir Putin's actions genocide.
We'll let the lawyers decide internationally whether or not it qualifies, but it sure seems that way to me.
Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, in a tweet praising the comments, said calling things by their names is essential to stand up to evil. He also said the country urgently needs more heavy weapons. A U.S. defense official says the president is expected to sign off soon on an additional $750 million in military aid. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the White House.
Please stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage on the war in Ukraine. Instead of us not being on the air, you can always get live updates on CBS News Philly and cbsphilly.com. Next, on CBS 3 at noon on this Wednesday afternoon, a new study about hurricanes and climate change, plus some free giveaways for gas. All that and more when we come back. So stay where you are, family and friends. As Eyewitness News takes you to Head House Square on this Wednesday, you can tell temperatures will be going up. My sister, Larissa Abreu, who is at Citizens Bank Park for the Phillies game against the New York Mets, will have her 7-day forecast in a matter of moments.